Welcome to Outwood Academy Bydales. I'm Shauna Rice and I'm the principal of the Academy. Transition this year, as we're well aware, has looked a little different to previous years. However, I hope the information in this presentation will help give some guidance on what to expect when your child comes to Bydales in September, and in doing so alleviate some anxieties. Throughout the transition process, my colleagues in the Academy have been in contact with the primary schools and have worked together to gain an insight into your children. They've provided videos and activities so the children can get to know us and we can get to know them. It was my absolute joy last week when myself and Mrs. Reid, the learning manager for Year 7, were able to join the children from Errington Primary on a Google Meet. I also received my first personal letter from a Year 6 student in response to the challenge that I set them on the video presentation led by Miss Green. This was an absolute delight. Before we start talking about the details of your child's start in September, I think it would be a good idea to see what Bydales is all about. So in your own time, please come back to this slide and watch the video on the presentation. The photos in the video capture our children involved in everyday life at Bydales. There is a significant amount of information to share, and I would ask you to bear with us as I want to share with you who we are and what we do, as well as explaining some of the details and arrangements for a safe start in September. Bydales is an outstanding academy and outstanding in all categories, but it's important to recognise, as you would expect, education is a journey. For your young people, they are at the beginning of a new journey, a 5-year journey of secondary education with us at Bydales. And I'm delighted that you've chosen for your child to attend Bydales. But Bydales are also on a continued journey. We're on a journey to becoming world class. Our primary focus is to raise standards for all our young people. I firmly believe that the right balance of high academic achievement, whatever the child's starting point, carefully balanced with the personal skills and attributes of hard work, resilience, kindness and positivity, make the young people and adults that are required in society to make the world we live in a better place to be. A set of GCSE results without drive, ambition and humanity will not prepare our young people for the very complex world that we live in today. It's about putting students first, raising standards and transforming lives. We know that real success needs great academic outcomes and personal skills and attitudes and attributes. It takes them all. We've the highest expectations for every child. We would never lower our standards. Being kind, being able to understand others, being able to work with others are all key in having a happy, high-functioning and successful life. Let me just share the academic results from last year. We were the 3rd top performing school in the whole of the North East, and it's with great sadness in my heart that our 2020 Year 11 students were unable to take their actual exams. Our Ofsted report judged the Academy to be outstanding in all areas in 2018. How we lead the school, teaching and learning, care and welfare, and outcomes, results for students. Student attendance is the one area for improvement, and we appreciate all parents and carers' support with our drive for excellent attendance for all students in the Academy. A key part of what we do is our absolute focus on learning. More importantly, it's creating the conditions for excellent learning to take place. Many schools only react to misbehaviour. More effective schools proactively teach children how to behave well. We have effective reactive systems. Our behaviour policy ensures that we will have effective proactive systems. We want our young people to make positive choices on how to behave and demonstrate excellent behaviour for learning. Some will do so that they're not on the consequences board. Some for praise, some because they want the adults to think well of them. Some understand the link between how to have a great future and where we want all children to be eventually is that they behave well because it's who they are. The Outwood pyramid is used as a visual aid to encourage excellent behaviour for learning at all times. Our policy is focused around 3 things. It's simple. Being safe, which more than ever is a significant priority. Being responsible and being respectful. These are our overall expectations. And these expectations are everything as parents we teach our children. It doesn't change whether they're 2, 12 or 22. These are the values that we hold dear, I think, as parents and carers. We will look at what these actually look like around the Academy in a moment. At Bydales, we say we are warm but strict. What does this actually mean? Warm comes from us as people, being kind and consistent with the children, speaking with warmth and understanding, taking an interest in them as people. Warm also comes from us teaching and helping them how to behave well. Strict comes from our expectations of good behaviour and our systems for managing misbehaviour. Strict also comes from us all being very consistent with our approach to managing misbehaviour. So let's look at what some of our norms are. So to be safe, whenever a student has any concerns, they report it to an adult in the school immediately. They don't wait till they get home and cause parents and carers an anxious evening, as it's very difficult when you're a parent sat at home at 7 o'clock in an evening and you can't fix anything until the morning. So please encourage them to do this consistently. It lets us sort things out right away because we're in the situation. helping others if they need it, offering support to others. We have peer mentors and help and support groups in school. Friendship. We all need to help our young people develop the resilience they need. So friendships will change. Reassure your children. They will develop new friendships, and sometimes it can take longer than they expect. But we will help them develop the skills that they need to do effectively. Instructions from adults must be followed immediately at all times. No excuses. This is to keep everybody safe, so children must follow instructions. Being careful as we move around the academy. We have over 800 students in the building and we're full in all year groups. Keeping ourselves and others free from danger. Learning these skills, particularly with e-safety. Often young people can forget themselves. I like to remind them that online is the same in real life, so that they should apply that thinking. It's the same rules and laws that apply. And the last one, stay in bounds area. And again, really important with the situation we find ourselves in. So let's look at being responsible. A key workplace skill every employer needs, everyone being responsible. We ask that students accept their actions are their choice. I always say we're big boys and girls now, they're growing up, and that's really important. Being on time always. Students should be over the purple line. No excuses. It's the young person's responsibility. It's practicing for work. And I will speak a little bit about arrival times later. High standards, classwork and homework. They need to do that to their best ability, not just doing it. It's making sure that it can be done to the best ability. Hands and feet and unkind words need to be kept to themselves. Following instructions. Managing a class of 30 students, managing a playground, a dining room with over 100 students is a challenge. Students must all do as they're asked first time to underpin those expectations that would be expected in a workplace. Being respectful. I always say that good manners cost nothing but maketh the woman or the man. Good habit forming so that students are at the top of the pyramid. It is who they are. This is a basic that I'm sure we would all agree on. It's old-fashioned values and they are at the heart of what we do at Bydales. So let's have a little look at respectful. In the classroom, this is key to ensure that no time is wasted. So learning is the focus. We ask students to sit up and listen so they miss nothing and the teacher knows that they're engaged. We ask them to track the teacher, following everything the teacher is saying, so that ensures that they've got complete focus. We want them all to be ready to ask and answer questions. This helps them gain confidence, it helps the teacher pick up any misconceptions, but know that everybody is ready for learning. Respecting others always, so again that we can all work and learn effectively in a safe environment. In the present situation, children will be taught in rows facing the front as set out in the government expectations to minimise any transmission and keep everybody safe. Teachers will teach from the front of the classroom. We need to work in partnership to ensure our standards are never lowered. We all want the best for your children. It's at the heart of what we do. We will never lower our standards because that just wouldn't be right. We know what we do works. Bydales has gone from strength to strength. So let's have a look at some practicalities. We supply all Year 7s with their first uniform. We expect students to wear their uniform with pride. They are a part of Bydales community. We want the highest standards. Please help by making sure they're always in the correct uniform. The students will be issued with a planner during their first day. I would encourage parents and carers and students to read the planner carefully, and this will help us to understand what is expected. You can also link to the website. The website has lots of information. So just some key elements to be mindful of. So black or purple baubles in hair, not on wrists. Shoes must be black and polishable, not canvas or suede. There should be no gold bows or bars. No makeup or jewellery. A watch is allowed. Absolutely no hoodies. When it's cold, they can wear a coat or jacket over their blazer. All students must have a bag that can fit an A4 folder. All this ensures that they are ready to work and learn. They need to know that when you're in the workplace, you follow expectations, and that includes how we dress. All staff have to wear a jacket. To keep students safe and reduce transmission, classroom doors and windows will be open whenever possible to encourage ventilation. If students are wearing a mask or scarf as a face covering for travel, disposable masks need to be disposed of at the school gate. All other face coverings, including scarves used as face coverings for travel, must be contained in a Ziploc type plastic bag, then stored safely in the student's bag. These must not be taken out of the academy during the day, and this will help to eliminate any transition. The uniform collection day is Wednesday, the 29th of July. Remember, the school is not open every day during the holidays, so you must make arrangements to pick up on this date. If you have issues, please contact our business manager, Mrs. House. All students remain in the academy for lunch. As previously mentioned, they will be in their year group bubble. The arrangements for seating will be different to help us reduce transmission. We are a private finance school. All our facilities and the building are the responsibility of Robertsons. Parent pay. Please make sure you log on to Parent Pay and go to the parent support to help you set up a parent account. To pay for lunches, students must use their finger, and parents can put cash on their child's account remotely. I would encourage you to do this. Wherever possible in our present situation, if you can avoid allowing your young people to bring cash in, that would be really helpful. We do accept cash, but it would be better if we could pay by Parent Pay. Some students bring a packed lunch, but the majority of students at the academy have school lunches. And as part of that, they can have a hot lunch, pasta, sandwiches. There's quite a wide choice. And later this week, Mrs. House will put on the academy website the menus for September. So log on and have a little look. There is a letter regarding free school meals on the website. I would encourage anybody who is eligible for free school meals to apply. The school receives proportionate funding for students who are in receipt of free school meals. It's an entitlement and it does support the school. And more details about transition can be found on our website, and this includes a series of online lessons on YouTube. If you just search Outwood Academy Bydales, and resources to support the lessons can be found on the website. Please use social media to keep up to date with what's going on. Please support us, obviously, with keeping your children safe online. We are a phone-free school, so students must not have their phones visible in the academy. They must be switched off before they cross the purple line. Students must not use their phones in school ever. This allows us to deal effectively with problems. It causes anxiety if they call parents from school, as you're unable to do anything. So please encourage your children to follow our expectations to keep everybody safe. Phones will be confiscated and only returned when an adult collects them. Please don't rush to collect them so that they can learn to meet our high standards. We always appreciate your support. So let's look at starting in September. Year 7s start on Wednesday, the 2nd of September. Only Year 7s will be in the academy on this day. This will give us the opportunity for students to familiarise themselves with the academy and allow them to settle in. Year 7 will spend their first day continuing aspects of the transition programme, and for the rest of the week they will engage in the Outwood ACE programme, Academy Conduct Expectations programme. And this really helps all of our young people familiarise themselves with what's expected. All other year groups return to the Academy on Thursday, the 3rd of September. As I've already mentioned, safety is really important. So to make sure that we reduce the number of students arriving at the Academy at one time, we are staggering the start of the day for different year groups. Year 7 are expected to arrive at 8 a.m. Staff will be on duty to support the safe arrival of students and will signpost and guide students to their entrance, so they don't need to worry about this. To support our safety measures, we would ask parents, where possible, to refrain from coming on the site as pedestrians. Any students that are being dropped off by car, we would ask that parents and carers drop off using the bays on the left-hand side. No cars will be able to use the horseshoe turning, as we have a large volume of students who will have to cross at the horseshoe opening, and children's safety has to be our top priority. Staff will be on duty at the entrance and exit times to ensure the safety of our students. All year group bubbles will have their own entrance and exit from the Academy. Year 7 will enter through the dining hall doors at the front of the Academy. As I said, there will be staff to help guide the students and the entrance will be signposted. Following government guidance, the Academy will be separated into year group bubbles. So Year 7 will stay in their year group bubble. Each year group bubble will be zoned in a specific area of the Academy. The bubbles remain in their zones and do not cross. All breaks and lunch times are in separate bubbles. We will encourage increased hand washing and sanitising throughout the day. We've installed outdoor hand washing facilities and many hand sanitising stations around the Academy site. To secure the integrity of the bubbles, there will be careful management of movement around the building through a one-way system. Students will be asked to keep to the left and move in single file around the corridors. Expectations regarding keeping safe will be visible throughout the Academy with posters, signage and video presentations. We will also reiterate these expectations in tutor time. The following maps outline specific bubble entrances and zones. Year 7, 8 and 10 zones are on the ground floor. And Year 9 and 11 are based on the first floor. The images on your right show the routes the Year 7 will come in and their entrance. The other images show examples of a classroom layout with desks in rows and children facing the front. And the last image is the bike shed space. The Academy Day will start with a tutor period in their year group. Each period is 1 hour. To ensure we keep all the year group bubbles safe, each year group must have a separate break and lunchtime. To manage this effectively, we've had to make some changes to the timings of the school day. We have introduced a week 1 and week 2 timings for break and lunchtime only. Break lasts for 15 minutes and lunch is 30 minutes. We run an enrichment programme after 2:30. Information regarding enrichment will be shared during the start in September. This programme will be altered this year as enrichment can only take place in year groups and within year group zones. To ensure children are well prepared for their learning, we would ask parents and carers to purchase the equipment listed on the slide. All students will be provided with a planner, and students are expected to have a school bag that is large enough to contain an A4 folder. Students will not have access to lockers initially. To ensure we minimise transition, we will encourage students only to bring into the Academy what is needed for that day and where possible to keep this to a minimum. Please support your child by helping them to organise their bag the night before. Travelling to the Academy. Any students who are travelling on bikes will take their bikes to the bike shed via the sports hall gates. Any students who are travelling by public transport must make sure they follow the government guidelines, which can be found on the link in the presentation. Highlights of this are the plan ahead, use a direct route, wear a face covering, and if you can take hand sanitizer, do so. Wash or hand sanitize your hands before and after your journey. Maintain a social distance of 2 metres, and if you can, pay by a contactless method such as a bus pass. So we have key members of the leadership team who are responsible for specific elements of what we do at Bydales. Miss Peacock is our assistant principal who is responsible for teaching and learning. Learning at Bydales is made up of a number of key ingredients to ensure that we maximise the process and that our students make excellent progress. The ingredients illustrated here formulate the elements that make up outstanding teaching and learning that is offered at Bydales. Praise is one of the simplest and most powerful tools to engage and motivate students. When used effectively, praise can turn around behaviour challenges and improve students' attitude to learning. Our key focus for praise within the classroom environment is centred around these points: noticing students' good efforts and strategies and praising them, being very specific about the praised behaviours for learning, and reinforcing this feedback in our this behaviour in our feedback. We use praise to link the outcomes of the work to students' efforts, and we talk explicitly and in detail about the strategies the student has used. We want our children to understand specifically why they are being. The highlight of my week is always Friday 5. So last period on a Friday, we celebrate the student who has gained the most praise points in the academy. This student and their whole class at that time, Friday 5, get a treat to end the week. Parents and carers will receive information through your child's Praising Stars report. The Praising Stars report comes out every 6 weeks. This details your young person's effort. We want all students to be aiming for E1s and E2s on their Praising Stars report. If they aim for E1s and E2s, they will make significant improvement and progress. We're a close-knit community at Bydales where the traditional values of kindness and hard work are at the heart of what we do. Our academy culture of inclusivity is underpinned by equity and fairness, all promoted and celebrated to ensure young people care for each other and create a climate that is safe, calm, caring, purposeful and scholarly. Our staff encourage inquiring minds and a joy of learning to ensure students. Mr. Middleton is our Associate Vice Principal who is responsible for deep support. Deep support includes the following aspects of pastoral care: behaviour, including our consequences systems; attendance, which I've previously said is a priority for the academy; Praising Stars reports; and the safeguarding of all students. Attendance has to be a priority. If children are not in the academy and in classrooms and in front of teachers, they're not learning. Being in the present situation has illustrated just how vital it is. And even though we are now adversed in creating learning online, it is not and never will be a substitute for the face-to-face learning in a classroom environment. If you want your child to do well, then attendance has to be a priority. All children now have gaps in their learning, and some of these gaps are significant. Any further absences from school will only increase the gaps and place further stresses and anxieties on our children. So please support us so that we can manage that catch up and fill those gaps. Our behaviour policy has been adapted due to the current circumstances. You will find links to the behaviour policy addendums on the Academy website. During this period of school closure, we've continued to celebrate the home learning achievement of our students. And this will be a priority when we return to school in September. There are always two parts to a behaviour system: praise and consequences. We want our new Year 7 students to demonstrate excellent behaviour and celebrate this with them. We understand all children are on a learning journey and sometimes they make mistakes. Our focus is always on learning from our mistakes. We support our children with this through a range of different interventions. Part of our learning from our mistakes is to be responsible, and this means being resilient, particularly when a consequence is issued. We appreciate parental support with this, as working together, we help our children understand what is expected when we are in our academy community. Getting it wrong is often not the end of the world. However, not learning from our mistakes can have serious consequences. When a consequence sanction is issued, parents will be able to see this in their child's planner, as they will have received a yellow sticker with the date of the detention. This will allow parents and carers to monitor and track their behaviour and effort in school. We expect the scales of a student's experience to be more weighted to praise than consequences. I have mentioned previously praising stars. So alongside the Praising Stars report, there are also 3 parents' evenings across the academic year, which is an opportunity to talk face-to-face with your child's teacher and discuss their behaviour, effort and academic progress. In the present situation, we've not finalised the format of parents' evenings for next year. We will, of course, be guided by government expectations, and we will communicate this to you. Safeguarding is our number 1 priority. We have a team of highly trained staff to ensure our children are kept safe and well. The team include myself and Miss Gates, the inclusion manager, who is the designated safeguarding lead in school. Mr. Middleton, the deep support lead, and all the learning managers are deputy designated safeguarding leads. Miss Peacock is our e-safety lead. We also have a team of specially trained staff who are mental health and wellbeing leads in the academy. Miss Ferris, our vice principal, leads deep At Bydales, we have a 5-year curriculum with pathway choices before students start their GCSEs. Our curriculum is broad and balanced and aims to ensure students have the best learning experience to maximise their potential. In English and Maths, students will be placed using the data from primary schools. All other subjects are mixed ability. Students will receive a timetable like the example shown, which gives the teacher the room. Year 7 will receive their timetable on the first day of arrival in September. They shouldn't worry about this. They just need to bring their bag, a pencil and a pencil case on arrival on the first day. They will bring the timetable home and will be able to copy this into their planner. All students will be part of a horizontal tutor group. They will be in a tutor group with other members of their year group and will be assigned a continent and country. They will go to their tutor group every morning before period 1, so from 8:25 to 8:45. They will have a tutor who will be a designated point of contact for students and for parents and carers, as they see the tutor every day. Every day will involve a different tutor session, such as making students aware of key notices, literacy work, numeracy tasks. There will also be an emphasis on promoting positive behaviour across the school, praise and regular conversations around well-being. Students' planners require signing every week by parents, and this helps to ensure a simple line of communication between yourselves and tutors. Some students may also receive catch-up intervention activities during the tutor time period. The table gives an example of a typical week. Presently, assemblies will be video linked and delivered in classrooms. We run an after-school enrichment programme from 2:30 to 3:30. There are a range of different activities on offer. In the present situation, we will now need to run these sessions in year groups. Each term, students will receive an enrichment booklet that is also available on the website so that they can come and sign up to enrichment. I would note that in the present circumstances, due to the limits of bubbles, there will be a limited number of enrichments available for each year group. Careers play an ongoing part in the curriculum at Bydales over the 5 years. You can read about our extensive programme on the Academy website. We have an active student voice programme which provides students to get involved in a range of academy groups like peer mentors, hospitality, publicity, sports, fundraising and transition. The groups are led by an elected president and 3 vice presidents. The election of the presidential team mirrors our own democratic election process and helps students to take part and understand the British value of democracy. Last but not least, key staff contacts. Your child will have a form tutor. Tutors should be a key contact as they are seen by students every day, first thing in the morning. Parents and carers can write a note in their child's planner or contact the tutor directly via email or by calling the academy reception. Your child will find out who their tutor is on their first day. Mrs. Reid is a key contact. Mrs. Reid is the Year 7 Learning Manager. Mrs. Reid is very experienced in this role and should be a key contact for all parents and carers. Miss Gates is our Inclusion Manager and Miss Shallow is our SENCO. Please contact either for any questions around special educational needs. As I keep repeating, keeping students safe is our biggest priority. We have adapted our site and building to address all government expectations and will continue to do so as new guidelines are released. Our updated risk assessment will be available on the Academy website over the summer and you can view the adaptations that we have presently in place. There is a video tour that was put on the website for Year 10 students return in July. This will allow you to see the situation and the adaptations that we have in place presently. As requested previously, where possible, we do want to limit any visitors to the site, and this will be the case if present restrictions continue in September. We would request your support with this and in doing so keeping to your child's arrival time and considering where you drop your child and pick your child up. Especially if you are parking in the community, I would ask you to be considerate and mindful of our community neighbours as relationships are really important to us at Bydales. At full capacity, again, we have 800 students, over 800 students in the academy, and managing the traffic to keep all our young people safe can be a challenge. We really need your please support by adhering to expectations. Churchill Drive is a no entry, so please help by not using it when collecting students. This helps us to keep students safe and also further develop our great relationships with the neighbours in our community. I will just give a polite reminder as we finish. In the academy grounds, please don't use the turning circle as this is a crossing point for children. Dropping off or collecting, please use the parking spots so this challenging area remains safe for all of us. Please don't park on the yellow. And please don't use this road and cycle path to do U-turns. Please, let's all work together to build great community. This is a very busy junction for students, so we do not want students to cross at this point. They must use the crossing to cross at the main roads always. Mrs. Tricia Taylor is our chair of the Academy Council. This is our governing body. Mrs. Taylor is a dedicated and very loyal associate to Bydales. The work of the Academy Council is vital to our success. The Academy Council plays an active role in Academy life. I meet weekly with Mrs. Taylor. Mrs. Taylor and the other members of the Academy Council hold Academy leaders to account. So thank you for bearing with me. I know the presentation has been long. I really hope that some of the information has helped. I miss not seeing everybody in person. So just to finish, this is who we are. We set the highest standards for everyone, students and staff alike. Passionate about creating life chances for all our young people. No excuses, so our young people are resilient and learn from their mistakes. And in a nutshell, we are 100% wholeheartedly committed to putting students first, raising standards and transforming lives. This has been an extraordinary year. We are very much looking forward to returning in September, and we are excited to be working with you over the next 5 years.